Greetings, greetings, peace and blessings. We are the Mohammeds, the residential tourists. We are 85 to Africa, and we are still living in the after right here in Kigali, Rwanda. And it is, as always, indeed an honor, privilege, and pleasure to be able to come before you and present to you our experience here in Kigali, Rwanda, and anywhere we may be able to go, whether it be on the continent or elsewhere. So, we're here today to discuss a particular matter and share with you our experience, share with you um, what our takeaway is with this particular subject matter that we deem to be of importance and is something that we deal with, I would say, even in the States, I would say.
It starts from the States.
Starts from the States. So, as you know, without us even saying, we being among a certain group of individuals as diasporas, specifically diasporas from the United States, black folk, just straight up, we're black people uh, from the United States here uh, in Kigali, Rwanda, but not just here in Rwanda, but different countries on the continent. So the question is, as black Americans or blacks within the diaspora, but I can't really speak on those. I have to speak specifically as it pertains to we as black
And
people,
and from what others have told us that have lived other countries on the continent.
as black folk, if you understand. When we arrive, when we get here, we get settled. For those of us who actually relocate and make that complete transition of being residents in a particular country on the continent, uh, for whatever reason, our reasons differ, but at the same time, we share some similarities in our reasoning. With that, what happens though? What happens when we all arrive? We get settled. We strive to learn how to exist in a unfamiliar culture and persevere and prosper and grow, all of that. What happens? Do we help each other? Do we unify as a community? Or is it every man and or woman for him or herself?
So can I share? Um,
Here she go.
we go through this in the States. We go through this in the States. We have to promote buy black, support black businesses, buy black, support black businesses. But when we do, we go and we have one bad experience, we cut them off quick. No matter how many times we get something from Walmart or any other store and we return it and we might have fussed for a little bit, but we always go back and support them. But for us, if one thing don't go right, we just turn it, we never come back. We never support. And not only do we not support anymore, we slander.
Mm.
We start dropping seeds. Oh, I don't go there. I don't shop with them. I don't do this. I don't do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Well, one time they put mustard on my sandwich instead of ketchup. So now we don't support. Or it's crazy stuff. And this happens in the state when, we've had the catering service in Atlanta for 9, 10 years. Biggest clients was not us. Because we don't see value in each other.
Mm.
We see value in everybody else, everything else, but when it comes to supporting our own, we look at each other side-eye. We don't trust the product. We don't trust their service. And even if the service is bad or it's a new service, instead of working with each other
Mm.
and trying to better each other, our first response is, see, that's why I don't shop with us. That's why I don't go with us. And we carry that mindset, and we even brought it to the continent.
Sad reality. It's a sad reality, and you know, it's been a long time coming for us to want to be able to discuss and share, you know, again, our experience. Okay, we can only speak for ourselves and our experience, and you know, some of the things, some of the challenges. You understand some of the challenges that we are met with, and for those that know, you know, we you know are among and associated with a particular, I'll say, organization that's all about the promotion of black. Okay, so that's how we are raised, and so wherever, whomever, and however, we're always looking to uh, support and to encourage the progression of anything that is positive and good and be beneficial for the individual within our community and for the community, right? So we don't have a mindset of anything other than that, in truth. And we walk the talk, and uh, we we promote that for sure. So as my wife was is mentioning, a portion of our experience is that, you know, we don't really see that reciprocated, and it's become a bit of a challenge for us. It really has. It has been of a challenge,
It's sad.
and
It's
so
sad.
it is sad. It is that. So you know, just to keep it though, just to keep it, you know, positive. Okay, we have to learn. You know, we have to learn. We have to learn, and we have to know that we need to learn and do better for ourselves and by ourselves and wherever we might be. Okay, and
Well, he likes to keep it
you
positive.
have to. I mean,
I like to keep it real. Let's
I'm
talk
gonna keep it
about the
real.
issues.
We keep it
Uh,
real, but we wanna make sure that, you know, we see the positive side of things. Okay, and we're gonna keep it real, but let her keep it real for for right now. And I'll share my piece. All right, go ahead, sweetie.
so recently we've spoken with an individual, a brother that came. He's been spending some time in Zambia, Gambia, one of them, a different country.
It was Zambia,
Yeah,
Zambia.
Zambia. And we've also spoken with some people that were in Ghana, as well as Tanzania. And across the board, they're asking us, well, do the expats, do they unite here? Do they support each other? How does it work here? Because they want to come, because they don't get that support in those countries. And for us, our our what's the word I'm looking for? Our experience
Right.
here is no. Mm-mm. We do a lot of cliques, a lot of grouping together, which is, in my opinion, that's fine. You're going to mesh with who you mesh with. But when you get to a point where it's almost like we got the Crips and Bloods and the expats. I
It's
don't
not that
mess with
serious.
them. I don't go over there.
Woo.
I don't do this. I don't do
I
that.
hope it ain't that serious.
No, but I'm just saying, we against each other. It's one thing to just have your group of people that you're real cool with, but when you make a point to not support the rest of your people for no reason, it doesn't make sense. Why do we want to see each other fail? Relocating to another country, another continent
That's a challenge.
in itself,
It's not easy.
it's a challenge. It's scary. It's the
Mm-hmm.
hardest thing after labor that I've ever done in my life.
Mm.
And to have the experience of not getting, and so for us, we're responsible for a lot of people that have come over.
By God's grace.
But
By God's
I
grace.
hope and not just that, but a lot of us here, especially the YouTubers, we are held responsible for a lot of people that come. They tell us, I watched your videos, I studied you and the other YouTubers, and or they'll say, you're the reason why we came. And that's scary.
It can be.
It can be scary.
Because that's 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 a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure
It's a
because
lot of pressure.
we want to make sure that we painted the picture correctly. Um, there's phases to this thing. There's phases of when you first come, he calls it the honeymoon phase.
The honeymoon.
Everything is
Woo.
beautiful. You see our backdrop? This is what the honeymoon phase is. It's the feeling of this every day. And for people who just come that are retired, or maybe they even work from home, but they got that monthly check coming in, they kind of can get the blessing of staying in the honeymoon phase because it'll stay that way for them. You're not depending on the country to make magic happen. But then there's others, which is the majority of like our age group and under. We out here trying to figure out how to make things happen, how to have a business, how to have a social life, how to raise children here, how to keep them interested and active. This is a hard process. We come from Atlanta, which is probably, in our opinion, the best city in the U.S. The best.
We love Atlanta.
Man, I still look at stuff and I'm like, ooh, I want to go. Atlanta is the place. If you are in the U.S. and you want to, you don't live in, no state can compare to, I'm not going to say state, but no city can compare to Atlanta there. None. He's going to correct me if I said Atlanta. That's not a state. I already knew. I felt it.
You felt it.
So no city can compare to Atlanta, in our opinion. That's why we're here, because Atlanta was so great. Imagine this small little, not small, but this city that has all these cool, just everything is, I love Atlanta. And we left. And we're here. And now we're trying to adapt to a place that doesn't have a third of what Atlanta has to offer. Not a third. Not yet. It will, because we see the potential.
Oh, it's growing.
It's growing. So you need people.
Right.
You need people that can relate to you, that can sound like you. And you need to be able to look at them without price tags on them. I don't want to look at, okay, you need information, I'm going to charge the heck out of you to give it to you. No, we need to be able to just come together and just have conversations. Well, how can we do this? How do we do that? How do we build? And people do that. They come to us for that type of information. We feel like we're vets now. We're almost a year and a half on the continent.
We're still babies, though.
So, yeah, we're still babies. We're still learning.
We're learning.
And it's a frustrating process. So being able to just sit down and have a conversation with other individuals that are like us, it's
necessary.
It's necessary.
It's needed. It's needed.
Your spirit calls for it.
Right.
Like, I just need to be understood.
Right.
I need to hear a voice that doesn't have a different accent. Like, it's okay to have that northern accent, southern accent, that midwestern accent. I still understand you. But when you come in here and we're fighting to understand each other, that's tiresome. And then the way they do business, the way they live, that's trying to understand that is very tiresome.
It's very different. It's very different. And I mean, again, as my wife's saying, just being real with things is that it's a beautiful thing to be able to come to such a beautiful country, and to be able to come to a beautiful country and without any skepticism, without any difficulties or challenges of integrating into the society, the cultural society, is a beautiful thing. It's wonderful, right? For me, there's a thin line, however, right? Because most of us, or many of us, we're wanting to be on the continent, wherever it is, Rwanda, Ghana, Nigeria, wherever it may be, because somewhere in our decision making is our wanting to reconnect to, our roots, and be in a place where we can feel like we're at home, right? Absolutely. Rwanda is that. You come, you can integrate into the society, as business, the attainment of it, very easy, just different things that, are required for you to be able to be a resident here. So that's a beautiful thing. That's a wonderful thing. You know, however, there are those other things that you have to become accustomed to. And as I was beginning to say, there's a thin line between integrating and assimilating. Okay, assimilating, right? So we are black folk, right? We have had a sojourn in America that is a long journey, and that journey has not been smooth. And still we are struggling. Still we are trying to fight to have a sense of belonging, if you will. And you don't want to forego those struggles and overcoming of those struggles to have a certain identity, to have a certain, connectivity between us, among us, that only us can connect with and relate to. And so as we are striving and trying to reconnect to that which we once had, the thin line is we have to be careful not to let go of who we are. We are black people. We are a community. And we are reminded of that because quickly, the mindset and the perception.
That's gonna have an echo.
Excuse the wind. We let the wind pass for a moment. It's a rainy season, so
now we're bringing up the energy. Like,
we're conjuring up the energy. So we have to, you know, realize that we are a community, just like the Asian community. When they come, they're collective. They work together. They have a plan, and they have a semblance of power, if you will, to be able to be looked upon and taken seriously. You know, when they want to do things. Here or wherever it may be. Um, Same with the Indian community. Whatever other community. So
and they support each other.
and they support one another.
They did. We had an event at Ikawa. It was a band performing, and they had invited this Indian guy to come in and just do a jam session with them. When I say the whole entire cafe
Was Indians,
Indians,
Pakistanis, Indians. They was
and it was amazing. even the moms, the
the
grandmoms,
children.
and this wasn't even like a something we had put on a schedule, like a scheduled
No.
event. They were like, okay, you're going to perform, we're going to come and support you. And they were there in numbers.
Yeah.
In numbers. It was amazing.
Right.
And I'm like, it was, we were happy to see them because we needed them to come. But it made me sad. It made me very sad. Like, well, where are we? Mind you, we have a great amount of numbers here in the expat community of Black Americans. We're just talking about Black Americans. We're not talking about the community from the U.S. in general. We're just talking about Black Americans that know about Ikawa Cafe, that know that we're here, and to see other communities support greater than we do, it's disheartening. And it's never let's have a conversation. Maybe you can do this better. Maybe Muhammad looked at me wrong and rolled his eyes. Anything. It's never a conversation. It's always just.
You would do.
That's the truth.
I would do.
He'll just go in the office somewhere. Maybe he didn't want to talk to me this day.
Yeah, I'll do something like that. I'll be like, listen, I'm not feeling this energy, so I'm gonna just go ahead and pull back. You understand? And I'll eat that. If it's something that maybe was done, but I don't want to really make it just personal. I want to look
Well, I'm
at
just
it.
saying that's how petty and little
Right.
situations be, and we totally tear up the community. We totally destroyed what we could possibly build. I've heard so many people here that have tried to build business we didn't even know about, and they left, couldn't make it. Well, if we knew, we would have supported. We would have sent people your way. We would have made sure that we were like, oh, did you know? Because we do that.
We do that.
We do that anytime we know of any business.
Without blinking, without even
Without
second guessing.
blinking. We're like, and we're excited. Like,
Right.
oh man, we got this person over here is doing this. This one has that. This one. Do y'all know we have a family here that has a pharmacy? We have families here that own farms. Farms.
Right.
On one farm for agriculture, another farm for rabbits, another farm for meat, and fruits that don't typically grow here. They growing it on their farm. They're gonna do major things. We're excited for them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we have people that had started off real small got major businesses now.
Mm-hmm.
We so excited for them. We got new Jamaican restaurants here and about to
Mm-hmm.
have more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm a foodie. I can't wait.
She always looking for stuff.
I'm telling you, when people come, I don't just say come to you. Nah, I'm telling them what other restaurants are out there that I like myself, that I know is good, and they do this and do that. Man, we're constantly promoting everybody here, everybody, and it's sad because hell, we desire to have a close knit community. We desire to, if there's a situation with any of us here that we're comfortable enough that we could just say, yo, let me call such and such. Let me call brother such and such. Let me call the Muhammads. Anything. We could figure it out together. Because we're not going to survive on our own here. Any continent. This is what we're hearing about all these other countries on the continent.
We're still disenfranchised. We're still, you know, we're not united enough,
At all.
enough to be able to, have, I guess, an impact, if you will, an impact. I mean, I understand. I do. I understand. I get it. We want to reconnect with, what our ancestrally speaking, who we are, uh, and I think that's important. I really do. But we have to know and realize that 21st century, what we have learned and are learning of Africa and this greatness, civilizations, empires, of the raw materials and all of that stuff there. Listen, you know, I'm coming dressed, with my dashiki and all that, and I'm coming to Africa, and they wearing a Lakers, they're wearing a Lakers jersey
Sagging
with Kobe
pants
Bryant.
and
You understand what I'm saying? So it's cool, but you have to look at it for what it is. In many instances they'll hold, and they do hold to their culture. Rest assured, they hold to it. You know, uh, Yet the way we are looking at them, in many cases, they're not really seeing us quite the same, and a lot of that has to do with many not taking or even knowing to take the time to learn of our experience. And this is what we bring to the continent. We have to, not put it under a rock. We have to present who we are in its fullness. We have been uh, oppressed. We have been, all of that. You know the story. And we're not here to, wear it as a badge of honor, but for us to be able to have that connectivity in that proper relationship, they have to know who we are. We have to have a certain understanding of our identity so they can see us for who we are. And that starts with uniting. We have to unite. They have to see that we are, you know, connected. They have to see that we are one community for sure. And so, we have our personal experiences. You may hear from someone else and talk to someone else, and it may be a bit different. But from what we have been enlightened of and about from individuals from other countries on the continent, is very familiar. It's a very familiar situation. And so we're feeling some of the effects of it as business owners. It's a whole different, as my wife was beginning to say, it's a whole different existence when you're here on the continent as a business owner. Okay, we have to open ourselves up a bit more and taking in consideration other things, and we have to, how can I say, we have to, um, what's the word I'm looking for? We have to exist in a different manner. Okay, we can't really uh, we don't really have that luxury of, as my wife was saying, of, you know, we got whatever monies we have set aside. I can go about, I could do this, I could do that. I have no other responsibility other than myself as far as my food, clothing, and my shelter. That's that. So you can really pretty much exist as even a resident, a tourist. So we own a business, and so we have the responsibility of being in compliance, uh, dealing with all business matters, whatever they may be. We have a staff of individuals that we are responsible for. We have customers, and clients that we have to be responsible for. So our thought processes and our existence and our way of being is a little different. And so when we don't have or feel that we have or know that we have the continued support, it makes it a lot challenging for us. It really, really, really does. And, you know, so it leaves us with the question. And it's a question because we very well could be just seeing it very biased, you know.
If it was just us, then we would see a bias. But it's constant conversation with other expats that's here and that's come from other countries. Um, they're American, but they live in other countries on the continent. It's the same thing across the globe. It's sad. And we know where it comes from. We've been put through a lot, and separating each other. This is from over 400 years of work that they don't put into this. So, but we still carry it. Even those that say we're woke, they have knowledge, they have understanding. Okay, well, do you understand the importance of unifying? Even on the continent, we're still considered Black Americans.
Uh, uh, Black Muzungu.
Black was
that's a
Black
that's a
Mzungus.
whole nother story there.
Yeah. So, but for us personally, how do we handle being Black Mzungu in the African continent? I don't let them call me Mzungus. I don't know if they still do.
Yo,
We'll fight.
I don't even deal with that. I don't.
But
Anyway,
they say you Black Americans, and then they actually believe that we were privileged. Sorry,
imagine that.
that we're privileged, and I'm like, privilege means we get benefits that we didn't work for, and you can't say any of us that have made it on this continent didn't work for it, and it's not a benefit or a blessing to come back home. Supposedly, we worked for it. We worked for it hard labor. Maybe not the same kind that you do, but trust me and believe when I say hard labor, hard handicapping labor. As I'm sitting here with my back hurting right now from that hard labor for my whole entire life. I'm like, here, there's no child labor laws because children are not allowed to work. And I have to tell them, baby, I've been working since I was 13 years old. 13 years old. What? That's me. I just got stuck on something for a second. But coming here and you're expecting at least those that sound and look like us, well, everyone look like us, but those that come from where we come from, that we would at least bond over just having that similarity alone. And we bring the same mindset of, oh, he stepped on my shoe, I don't got nothing to do with him no more. We bring that with us. We don't even think, let me leave it at the door. Let me wash this away from us, because it's almost in our DNA at this point to not support each other. This is a doggy dog world. You got to get mine how'd I go? Got to get mine before you get yours, or by any means necessary. And then let you have a different itinerary than what someone else is trying to do. Oh no, you cut off all day. If you don't have any financial value to what someone else is trying to do, oh, I don't got time for them. Or you didn't cater to what someone else wants. I'm done with them. That's what we go through here, and that's what they're going through all over the continent, other expats. And it's only those that desire or that know, that have some kind of wisdom of unifying, that it bothers. It don't bother those that don't care. But go ahead and try to build a business without having support having support. It's one thing not to have support from your family, but not having support from the community that you are actually here trying to serve. It's detrimental. And one thing that most of us here are trying to do is make a way for those that want to come, that wants a different life, that is trying to seek peace on another continent. That's what most of us is here trying to do. We're just trying to pave a way. But how can we pave a way? We can't even unite on the same freaking mission. And I'm a little salty about it. He sees the glass half full, and I see it empty. I don't know. I don't know how that goes. I don't. My mama raised me like this. I just see the darkness.
Well, you gotta have. So this is what makes us a beautiful pair. You know, we balance one another. You know, so it makes it a beautiful thing between us, right? You know, but we ride or die. We Bonnie and Clyde. No, is that right? Am I saying that right?
Bunquisha and Clydell.
You know, we ride it out, but you know, it's something for us. You know, we really in instances it's very hurtful. It's frustrating. It's sad in cases, you know, because you know we were kind of blindsided. I guess we didn't expect, you know, to have to continue on with these same things that we left back there. You know, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and we're up for the challenge for sure. You know, we're up for the challenge, but the love that we have, you know, for our people, uh, is what you know brings this to the forefront. You know, we desire for we as a community to be just that, a community, because we are a great people. You know, we come from greatness. You know, and we've been through a mighty struggle. Yet through that, we have still been able and are able to persevere. And you know, collectively, we can, man, continue and even more so do things that have not even been done, and we owe it, man. See, that's the part for me. We owe it to our brothers and sisters here on the continent,
And those that's trying to come.
and those that are, yeah, those that who are still. We owe it. We owe it, man. We owe it. Because, you know, well, many things we can say on that. So, our urging is that we can, become, more solidified as a community, you know, in supporting, whether it's dollars, whether it's, moral supporting of encouragement, uplifting. And it's not to say that none of that exists. It does exist. It does happen. And, we have experienced and been on the upside of that. We have been. We're grateful for that. But there is seemingly a lack of continuity when it comes to us at times and in certain instances, as my wife mentioned earlier, as if just one thing goes contrary to what may be expected, then we put the period on the end of it all, and we dismiss, and you know, and that becomes the challenging part, and so we wanting to just give urgence.
Yeah, because imagine this, and then I'll let you close out.
We're just sharing, it's really, we're just sharing,
Mhm.
we just, I don't know, maybe we're venting.
I'm venting, but imagine this, especially a place like Rwanda. We are here, and our main focus and goal, even before we came, we wanted to come and be a add to the country, and add not just who we are as Black Americans, but add value to the country. And imagine the welcoming that we could get, the benefit that we could get if they can see us as a positive force here. They could see us as, wow, they're going to help with the president and what they're already striving to do. We can add value to that. Not one man can do that on his own. They don't see us. But if we came as a community, as we came as a solid force, unifying. Like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. Even we are now getting involved in different organizations. They don't look like us, but they're Americans, and they have come together, like we don't know how, and created organizations where they can be the voice for the American people here. They're the voice. So when they need to be heard, they call those organizations.
And they come together.
They come
They
together,
come
and they've
together. They
created
do it.
and so of course we're trying to join those organizations, but why not us? Why can't Black Americans join uh, the Black expats of Kigali actually become an actual organization where we support each other, where we unify, where we come and find a way to build here on this
Right.
continent, like we couldn't do at home.
Pooling the
Pooling
resources. You got
resources.
people among us who are on the continent in these countries, Rwanda, wherever it may be, that are very highly skilled, um, very knowledgeable,
Highly skilled. We
highly,
done met doctors, surgeons, IT support
all of
managers.
that.
We so many people that have come here and that are here, that's working for businesses, working at home. But if we actually said, how can we create this here to help Rhonda grow? And we're in front of it. We have the training. We have supreme training,
Without a doubt,
without a doubt, like that the country can use.
for sure, and for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I just had to stutter over it.
So that's that's where we are. We can go on really.
Y'all ask for the rawness. Y'all say y'all like us because we keep it real,
We
we
like
keep
it.
it raw, we tell you the truth. Everything is not fluffy,
It's
foo
not.
foo
It's not. This is listen.
at all.
Rwanda is a beautiful country. It has great leadership, with great vision. It's progressive. It's constantly developing, and it very easily may become the capital of the continent. It very, very much so. I can see that,
It's going to
and
be.
it's going to be.
All eyes is focused on Rhonda.
Yet it's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect,
And it's hard.
and it's hard.
It's
It's a
very
challenge.
hard. It's not. It might not be hard for people with big pockets or have a. It ain't hard for them. But we just regular Mo and
Joe.
Joe. But I don't know who's Mo. Moesha and Joe.
Moesha and Joseph.
We just regular folk. So it's hard. Oh my God, it's extremely hard. Extremely hard. And it can be lonely.
You get those lonely points.
You do feel there's a lot of lonely days. Even as a couple, he can't feel what you feel inside of you. Your journey and your dreams and goals and ambitions, and then you're in a country that doesn't have that you're not getting support. It's the win. I'm not really devastated. It's the win. So I'm just, but you're not getting the support. You're not getting the You lose a lot
Which
in this journey.
and
You lose a lot.
and that's what makes it so important and necessary to be unified, because you can get those moments. And we're saying this ourselves, but we've had conversations with individuals, and not even bringing it up, they say, look, man, look, this is a bit challenging, man. I don't know, I'm really rethinking this thing because of that very reason, because of that very feeling of you know disconnectedness, if that's such a word, feeling disconnected, and we need each other, man. We need to hear that familiarity. It could be anything. But it helps keep you grounded, because we're in a completely new and different environment. As much as we want to be reconnected to our roots and our cultural roots, listen, 400 years of undoing, we are far, far, far away from that level of connection. And so we've had to adopt a certain way of existence and in being, and only we know that amongst each other. Only we know. Only we know certain terms and certain expressions and certain only we know that. So that's what it is. So the question is, Black Americans, are we connected? Are we united as a community? Do we understand, the significance of us being united and connected, as a separate but equal community here on the mother continent? You understand? And that's where we are right now. But we will continue to move forward.
And let us know what you think.
Yeah, tell us.
Put us in the put it in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know, what do you think? Maybe it's us. Let us know.
Could be
what we could do better.
Right.
There's a lot of you that watch us that's here in Rwanda. How do you feel? What's your experience like? Or if you're on any other continent in Africa, or, any other country on the continent, what's your experiences there? People are writing us from South Africa.
Good question.
They're coming in from Nigeria and Ghana. How is it being an expat in those countries?
That's a good.
And
I would love to hear some of these comments if there are any.
So how can we get better?
What do we need to do?
Or is
not
us,
just us, but
to see me make it and you go back home? Is that the goal?
What?
We could survive, but you can't. Or we don't want you here. Or some people like being the only one. Maybe it's I don't want them here. I don't know.
Could be. It could be. It could be like, I don't know. It could be.
I don't know. Maybe they see each other as competition. They come, I lose my shine. It's crazy stuff that we come here with. We all packaged up with the crazy. And we're trying to lose some. Well, some of us is trying to lose it. Other ones like being crazy. I don't know. I don't know. So let us know. But do y'all see that backdrop, y'all?
It's beautiful.
We didn't tell you where we were. They just opened up a new botanical garden here in Rwanda.
It's in the Ribeiro area. It's Kigali Cultural Village. It's so beautiful. And it's so spacious, and it's free.
But wait, I was one of those people that was like, let's not tell people about it. I like it just for myself. It's too beautiful.
It's a big old space. It's like
Huge.
It's gazebo, which we're in now, and all kind of, they have a art space with artisans and so forth and so on. It's very, very beautiful, and the backdrop is incredible. And it's it's just a really beautiful, beautiful place. So as your residential tourist, we're bringing to you
new discoveries.
New discoveries as we do, and we haven't been doing that because we've been trying to survive. We're trying to maintain.
That's the next video, though. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah,
I think we got him back on board, y'all. He's ready to make some more videos.
Yeah,
as we go through some life changes here. So
I'm gonna tell you,
1 minute.
It's been a struggle for your brother. You understand?
And your sister, for me.
But we want to always be sure that we keep it real for sure, but we want to make sure it's in a positive light, well-meaning. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
We need subscribers. We need to get this thing up to 4,000, y'all.
Please subscribe. I'm back on it, baby. I'm on it. I'm on it. We're gonna bring you some material of our experience.
We still got videos archived. I'm trying to get him the
we got
post.
like my man Nas, the lost tapes. We got some lost tapes we're gonna bring to you. So thank you so very much. We appreciate the support that you've given. I hope it's something you've gained from what we're sharing. And again, please subscribe, like, share, and
leave us a comment.
Please leave comments. We want to hear from you. All right. Peace and blessings.